I'll say this. This can be sketchy because you look at this, a plus 1 and divided by 5, you see a minus 1 and a times 5. Those all seem to be the inverse of each other. They're the opposites, right? So please don't just look at an equation and say, I can see that this is true, because you're probably going to get that wrong a lot of the time because you're not really looking into it. I think the proof, the best way to do it, there's a couple things. You can input something in for x, and whatever you get out, take that outcome. Like I said, put in a 4. 4 plus 1 is 5. 5 divided by 5 is 1. The outcome is 1. Well, if I put a 1 in here, interesting. Let me see that again. I put in a 4. Oh, put in a 4 here, and a 4 plus 1 is 5, and I take a 5, divide by 5, and I get 1. Oh, right, yeah. If I do the same thing here, it's funny. I'm like, it doesn't work. I don't know why. Well, it's because if I plug it in here, I don't get the same answer because they're not inverses. So if you plug an answer into here and the outcome is equal to 1, and you plug 1 in here and it doesn't work, then you can say it's false. The proof would be showing me those numbers. But I think the bottom line and the best way to do this would be to just find the inverse of this, which means you're switching x and y. Y becomes x becomes y plus 1 over 5. And then undo. Solve for y, get y by itself. Well, the first thing you'd have to do is deal with this denominator that involves everything. Multiply by 5 over 1. Okay? That cancels these. That leaves me with a y plus 1 equals 5x. Well, now we're going to subtract 1 from both sides. And that gives me a y equals 5x minus 1. And you might look at that and say, oh, hey, wait. If I put parentheses around it, it's the same, but there are no parentheses around it. This is not the same as that, so therefore it is a false statement to say that they're inverses of each other. Your proof is the work that you're showing to find the inverse, and it can be done the same way throughout this. Although the inverse is the inverse of function, if we can picture this as a parabola that's been shifted up 3 units, y equals x minus 0 squared plus 3, right? Vertex at 0, 3. Vertically speaking, it is a function, but it's asking for the inverse. Horizontal line to a parabola is going to be a false. So your proof, if you can picture that equation, sometimes proof doesn't require too many words if you draw a picture. Okay? It fails the horizontal line test right there.